Hi, this is Mary from OpenHelix with this week's Tip of the Week. Today I'm going to be talking about DomainDraw, which is a handy tool to illustrate protein structure diagrams with motifs. And I won't be able to cover everything that DomainDraw offers today. Please be sure to check out our blog at blog.openhelix.com for additional details such as the link to DomainDraw, some additional features, and the a reference associated with DomainDraw as well. But let's quickly move over to DomainDraw to get started. So the other day on BioStar, people were asking questions and providing answers about ways to draw quick little protein structure diagrams with motifs. And one of the tools that was discussed was DomainDraw, which seemed to solve the problem for this person who posed the question. So I went to check out DomainDraw to learn more about it, and this is what I found. So DomainDraw is a macromolecule schematic drawing program, as it says here, which will help you to create handy little protein diagrams like the one that's shown here. So what we have is a protein that's in gray. There's a gray bar in the back there, and there are a number of motifs associated with this protein. Some of them are by themselves, some of them overlap with other ones, and some of them are completely within other motif regions. But you can create these kinds of diagrams quickly with this DomainDraw tool. Now there are some general settings that you can choose to set here. For example, the width of this in pixels is shown, the default setting is 400, which I'll leave, but you can go up to 8,000 if that's what you want. You can change the font, you can do some changes of the legends here. You can change this protein, this gray bar, to some other color if you like. I'll leave that as light gray for my example here, but you can change that. And the background over here of the image, you could change that color as well if you wanted to. There are a number of different file output formats that you can choose from this pull-down menu. Now there's very quickly you can get a motif drawn. There's a handy web interface here which you could just start entering that, and that's what I'll illustrate when I'm up to that point. But let me just click this file format guidelines link here, and this will offer you other ways to do it. So this shows you how to do the web-based input. But there's also a file-based input. So you could create a file with an ampersand as the delimiter, and you could set this up to, in this case, this draws three different protein structures with a bunch of different domains on them. And so it's not a lot of coding, it's just setting stuff up in the right columns. So you could save these kinds of files. You could download these example files if you want and get started, but you could save this kind of file and always upload that and or quickly change that around, or create more domains than you're allowed with the web interface here. Now here's some examples of the kinds of things that you can draw. So they provide you with that help. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly show you a diagram that I created with the web interface. So here's the protein that I was talking about in my blog post. Here's the tech protein, and there are a number of motifs I've chosen to illustrate. I didn't illustrate all of them, but here's 5 motifs that I'm going to show. And so here's the pH motif, and here's its position. It runs from amino acid 5 to amino acid 113 on this protein, and the whole length of this is 632 amino acids. So I've put 632 in all of the macromolecule length boxes here. I've chosen positions based on the smart positions that I was provided, and here's the different motifs that I've got. And you could choose to say whether that's predicted or confirmed. You know, I predicted this and these are confirmed by other people, whatever. You can choose to illustrate different colors. There's actually a really handy color list. If you go back, let me just show you. If you click the color list here, you can quickly get a great list of the ways you could color this, but I'll just use the default ones that are provided here. I'm just going to quickly click the Create Schematic button here, and this will show me this tech protein with 5 motifs in these positions, and this will be the full length of the protein that will be the resulting diagram. And so here I've got my 632 amino acid protein, and that's the gray bar underneath, and here are the 5 domains that I've shown. Now you could go back and change this and draw new images. You could always download these image files here. You could get the input file, so you could use that to reload, and if you wanted to change this with either to have 2 SH3 domains or to have no SH3 domains and a different splice variant or something, you could quickly rearrange that to illustrate all kinds of different protein diagrams. So DomainDraw is a handy little tool that will quickly help you draw nice schematic representations like this that you could use in presentations or blog posts or all sorts of things. So be sure to check out DomainDraw. Thanks very much for your time.